welcome back to your favorite podcast, Full Coverage, with your favorite fools, Manny MUA
and Laura Lee.
It's our first episode back in like what, 3 weeks?
In 3 weeks.
Because we did a live last time.
I don't even know how to podcast anymore.
What's podcasting?
You guys, if you missed our live, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can click on the tab that says live, and we tested out a beta test of us doing a full coverage live. There was one complaint and good feedback for us. We need to let people know that we're doing it.
That was actually the only, I think, complaint we had was just giving heads up beforehand so people can actually be part of the live and converse with us live. But honestly, I had such a fun time doing it because for us, dead ass, it's easier to do that at like Laura's house than coming out here doing the full fantasy.
And it was like we got to interact with you guys. So whenever we needed like the answers to something quickly, like you guys were like right there, like you guys know all the tea, you knew everything. We were like, ooh.
It was honestly really, I had a great time doing it.
Yeah.
It was also the most I've ever had in a live ever.
So
was our full coverage channel.
Needless to say, the full fam showed up.
They showed up and showed out.
They showed up. And what's crazy is like we were like, okay, we can't film an episode this week because he was gonna have to travel. Turns out he didn't have to travel. So we were both like, because we have to pre-film in order for the episode to be edited and uploaded. It takes a couple days. So we were like, let's go on live. We've never done it, but let's go on live to make up for it, to get an hour episode in. So we did it, and we went to our YouTube channel to do it, and it was like, you can't go live. Like your channel has to be approved for going live. So luckily, me and Mandy both have amazing YouTube reps.
Incredible.
And we were texting. My rep called his rep because we had an actual phone call with her too.
Yes.
And they literally turned it on for us.
We were like freaked out because Laura had been promoting the live on her TikTok too. It was like, hey, we're going to do a live. Join us at this time. And we go to click to do the live. It's like, you can't do a live for 24 hours. We're going to see if we can approve you. And we're like, no.
After I told everybody for 2 days straight that we were going to do it, it was like, you can't do it. So all these people were going to be sitting there waiting, and there was nothing we could do. And
our channels don't have that. That's why.
Yeah, our channels, I think because Full Coverage is like a newer made channel, it has different restrictions. But like my channel on mine, I've never done a live and I don't have any restrictions.
Me neither. So, and I've done them and I have no. That's why I was like, what the fuck is this?
But luckily they took away the restriction and they let us go live, baby.
It was great. I had a lot of fun, honestly. So I'm glad that a lot of people really enjoyed it too. Yeah. And we kept the chat up too. So if you wanted to go watch it, you can see the chat live as well.
Yep.
Which I think is kind of fun.
Oh,
like, it makes it like so much more fun to me. Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to, and prioritize your care. You guys, ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
Go to ZocDoc.com/full and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/full, ZocDoc.com/full. So check out the live we did last week. We can even link it down below, but you just go into the live tab. What is your peak for the week?
My peak of the week is going to be my launch that's happening today.
Oh, today?
Today, Friday.
The way
we do this every fucking time. Today.
I was like,
today. No, it's literally like today, and the aspect of, it's Friday when you guys are watching this. It's Tuesday when we're filming it, but I'm launching, now I can say, is lip liners and lipsticks.
How many shades are there?
8 each.
Whoa.
My biggest makeup SKU launch ever. I've never had 16 SKUs in a launch other than brushes, which is that makes sense, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same because when you're naming every individual product, all that, everything that goes into it, the unit cartons for each product, it's just a lot.
It's so much.
It's so much. So I'm finally launching lip liners and lipsticks. I just wanted to continue on the lip category because people really enjoy the glosses, the lip oils, and the liquid lipstick. So I was like, what's
the formula to the lipstick? What's the finish?
The finish is going to be a demi matte. So the whole formulation is supposed to be a long wear but comfort wear. So it's going to have a little bit of a sheen but not heavy.
I love
it's going to be very comfortable, full coverage, glam. And same with the lip liners. It's a long wear, creamy pencil.
Love it.
And it's a plastic sharpenable. I'm a sharp and bold girly. I cannot do
the roll-ups or retractables.
Get me out of here with the fucking
roll-ups.
They always break too. I don't like them at all. And like the other end, we have to pull out the thing and like sharpen it.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way in this earth. So I'm really excited about it. Honestly, like I use them all the time, which is nice to finally. When you're like using something so often.
Yeah.
It's nice to finally be able to come out with it, dude. I
have a product which I'm about to switch over to your lippies. I have some of them. I've tried out the lip liners and all. They're wonderful. You guys are going to love them. Also, he has this really cool mold on them where it looks insane. Tell them.
So the bullet itself, you guys, So now when you're an indie brand, you got to be clever because you don't have the budgets that the big brands do to custom mold everything that you do. So when, like, for example, when I was looking through stock components, I saw this component that was a circular component with a square in the center of it that clicked.
Yeah.
And I said, this is really cool, but it has like nothing to do with me. So I was like, if we can turn that square into a circle, make it clickable, pop out the product underneath, we can turn that circle into a full moon. And we can have that same emboss that we have on all of our packaging on the actual lipstick itself. So it's a very sleek, all black component with a circle in the middle with a moon. You click it, pops out the lipstick.
So cool. So original.
And it wasn't as expensive as tooling.
Tooling
it was just a little tool, not a
little adjust.
Big tool.
Yeah.
So I was really excited. Cool. I'm really excited about it. They're available now.
Well, where can we find them?
LunarBeauty.com, you guys.
And whose discount code?
Can we use Laura Lee? Yes, and we also have some bundles available too, guys, in case you guys are curious. Like we have like this like pick any lip liner, pick any lipstick bundle, which is like, of course, like you grab whatever, you get say 15% off with that.
Oh, that's good.
You know, it's like we have a whole collection bundle. You save 25% off with that.
Could you bundle the whole thing?
And then we have like another bundle that's like 4 on 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have like a bundles available because it's like not everyone's gonna want every single color.
What shades are there? A lot of good nudes.
There's
I presume
more nudes than.
And that's what we need.
Yeah.
That's what we
definitely
need.
More neutral shades, but we do have 3 bold shades out of the 8.
Well, fabulous. You guys definitely go check it out. We will have everything linked down below. We are so excited for this launch.
Yes, what your peak?
My pink also is a launch. It's not as big as a launch as makeup launches. I know it goes into makeup launches and they will take the breath out of you.
The air from out of your sail.
So trust me. But minimum, we launch every 2 months. And so this is our time again. We just did a shoot on Monday. So today we just launched our socks. Our slouch socks are back in stock along with slouch socks bundle, all 3 pair. And then we have tons of new clothing. We go up to 3X in size, small to 3X. And yeah, we just have a bunch of new stuff that has come out. So.
Whereas like, you know what? We have like launches say, so we're using our launches as our peaks.
Absolutely.
Baby, it's a big deal for us.
What's been on our mind and what we've been working on all week. So it's like fresh on our mind and it has to do with this week.
I haven't launched in 5 months.
Oh, really?
So because I haven't launched like in this year so far.
Okay.
Now that we're in May. So it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, now I have a launch. And then of course I have like launches coming throughout the year.
Yeah.
But the beginning portion of the year, I don't really have a lot of launches.
We did our 3 new lip glosses this year so far. And then we have another launch coming in June. I know you're going to love it.
I also have a launch happening in June. How funny.
Well, my launch is like the biggest launch I've ever done because there's so many pieces to the collection.
I think it also might be my biggest launch ever.
It can't be.
It might be.
Wow.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Okay.
It could be. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm really excited to see your launch.
I'm excited.
I'm thrilled
to see your launch.
I want to see our launches.
I wonder whose launch will be better.
It's going to be a lovely month.
It's going to be a lovely month
Pride
of
month
June.
And that. Hello?
Gorgeous.
Chef's fucking kiss.
Chef's fucking kiss.
Okay, so now do we have pits.
Wah, wah.
Honestly, like my pit isn't like something specific. It's been like my last week, my last full week. I've actually had like one of the busiest weeks I've had in a very, very long time. And actually like last 2 weeks, where I'm doing a lot of things every single day where I'm not really having a chance for myself. And it's getting me like really run down. And I know whenever I get like this, I tend to get sick. So I'm like trying to I'm like upping up all my like fucking like vitamin C and trying to like up on my like elderberry, like trying to do all these things to make sure I don't get sick, because times like this is when I'm like balls to the wall every single day and I'm doing things every single day.
Yeah.
I tend to get sick. So I'm trying to avoid getting sick.
Right.
But it's just been like hard. Like I'm trying to do good at time management.
Yeah.
But when you have a lot of things going on at the exact same time, it's kind of like,
so much time
how can I manage as well?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I just get frustrated and I'm like talking to this new guy, which I want to have time for as well. And it's like all these things.
This video Manny sent me, he killed me. Like, I saved it because I'm definitely going to share it with the internet one day. I can even blur his face.
One day.
But it took me out. So Manny's like, this guy is really hot. And I'm like, I need to see. I need to get in there.
She needed to see, but like it's not enough from a photo. You have to see an experience.
Yes. So he's on a date with the guy. And so Manny's like snapping or like sending a video acting like
this drink.
And he's like, look how cool and like sparkly it is. He takes the camera faces the guy, and the guy's looking away completely. He has no idea.
I had no idea what's going on. And I was like, and then isn't this so pretty?
It took me out.
So pretty.
It was just so funny how quick you did it. You were like, ooh. He was fine. He was real fine.
That's a fine ass man.
That was a fine ass man. I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm excited. We had one day. I'm gonna save the story for next episode. For next week's episode, I'm gonna do what we film after this. But I'm trying to. So the thing is, like, when you are interested in someone, like, you want to invest time in them. But when you have so much going on in your life,
it's hard.
You're like, how do I do that? I literally travel next week too.
Yeah.
For brow search. So I'm like, what time? What am I gonna do? So I've just been like kind of stressed out recently, and I'm trying to ground myself and like kind of keep things at like a nice at a bay.
I feel whenever I get that way, I like don't want to like go out and do anything or be social. Like I get like 100%. a hermit.
You become hermity because you're like so swamped that you're like, I don't want to give any weird vibes out either.
I don't want to give weird vibes. I don't want to give my energy to other people because I need it for this shit.
Yes.
Like I get like very reclused.
I've been trying to like every day I'll try to take a time for like a power nap, and I usually am a napper that's like I'm like 2+ hours nap. These have been like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Like I'm just trying to get a little bit of rest in to do the next thing.
If I took a 2-hour nap every day, I would go to bed at 4 a.m. And that's why you go to bed at 4 a.m.
And now you realize
now it clicked. You go to bed at 4 a.m.
And now it just clicked for you.
It all makes sense.
Yeah, so I've been taking quick little like 30 to 40 minute naps, but they've been helping to give me like the boost for the next thing I have to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting the naps that I want.
I'm not a napper.
I honestly sometimes wish I wasn't, because I do really need them.
Yeah.
To survive in this cruel, dark world.
It is.
It's dark.
It's really dark. But I get it. I get your busy week. Like I totally get it.
You know,
it's overwhelming.
You have those weeks too. Yeah.
It's overwhelming. Hard. My pit, okay, I've had 2 like faux pas in beauty, if you will, which is something I'm supposed to be an expertise at.
You are an expert in it.
Well, actually, I was telling someone that, and I was like, well, I'm actually not an expert. And they were like, no. If you've done the profession for over 10 years, you actually are an expert.
I think that's giving expertise, I would say.
So as a beauty expert.
As I
was saying, as a beauty expert.
As a beauty professor.
It occurred to me while I was touching up my lipstick that I have a full-blown mustache on my face right now. And I said, I was talking to Tyler. I said, you and Manny let me walk around with a mustache. And Tyler goes, you always have a mustache. You're clearly not going to do anything about it. So what are we supposed to do?
Laura goes, why is my mustache more full than yours?
It literally looks like this with foundation on top of it.
You know, it's just something it's one of my favorite things about you.
It's something they've come to terms with.
I've accepted it.
I swear to God, that thing grows in faster than weeds.
But the thing is, you know what I noticed too with you? Because like you have peach fuzz. Like you have hair, but it's all so light you can't even see it.
Okay, well that's comforting. That's comforting.
And do you know why I know that? It's because you dermaplane.
I do dermaplane.
And that's the only reason I know.
Dermaplane.
Because you dermaplane it.
And so much comes off like whenever I do it, you know?
The peach fuzz. But the thing is, it's better to have peach fuzz than this.
You're right. You know because I would be in another world of trouble. Okay, my second beauty faux pas was my hands. It's literally my hands. I'm like, I don't self-tan, but I got this product from Tan Luxe, and I like a little gradual tanner, you know, something you'll use like 4 or 5 times, and you'll start to see a little bit of a glow, like very gradual. Well, it was like this oil, and I love body oil, and so I was rubbing it all over my body last night, and I woke up orange everywhere. It was an instant. It was like a tanner.
Got it.
It was not like gradual.
It wasn't the soft one.
It wasn't.
And you didn't wash your hands after, of course.
I didn't. I was just like, and you should see my ass and what my body looks like. You can see the fingerprints where I wiped it. Like every mark, like I look like an orange zebra.
No,
I do. It's horrific, but that's okay.
I mean, that's honestly like, as a self-tanning expert myself.
You are.
As a self-tanning diva that I am, since I don't really go in the sun as much, but I do like a bronzy glow.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like for me, like rule number one is washing your hands after, because my hands will be destroyed even in the mitten. So I tend to use like a mitten and stuff like that, but like somehow the liquid goes through the mittens, and and this happened before where I was using it. I was like, I'm fine, nothing touched my hands. I woke up, my entire palm's orange. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I literally use a mitten, but it goes through the mitten even.
So I have a weird thing about me. I love the smell of self-tanner. That weird burny smell.
It's a very strange.
It is, and it's very like every self-tanner kind of has it, and it's so weird. But I love the way it smells.
It's like gasoline.
It is. It's
You're
like
not supposed to like it, but you do.
And Sharpies.
Yeah. Oh. Wow, sorry.
You're
like and Sharpies.
You're like,
I'm like, well, that's enough for today's episode.
Anyways, but it's very that category for me.
100, like things that you're like,
love the smell.
Do you remember those pens that smelled like
the markers, and they smell like fruit?
The Expo ones that were like,
that was 100% toxic in some capacity.
But I loved every single one.
Me too.
The watermelon one got me together.
Grape.
The lemon, the grape. The cherry.
Ooh, not
the red.
cherry. Don't bring cherry.
Cherry is getting involved in this conversation because she was that girl.
Listen, I fucked up. Basically, here's my thing with self-tanning. Whenever it gets like this on your wrist and hands and ankles, I think it looks like shit. And I think you look better without the self-tan than the mud and the orange caked up around your creases. You know what I mean?
100%.
So my goal this year is to figure it out and start self-tanning more.
Really?
But I want to figure out how not to like shit.
But Laura, wait, why do you want to? Because you tan so naturally, beautifully, and so easily.
Oh, thank you.
It's one of like, I'm not kidding you guys. There's two things with Laura that I'm like, I need this from you, and I'm very envious that you have this. Her thick hair. One. This is why you have fucking hair on your face. I'll take every.
That is why
I'll take
I have
every
hair on my
goddamn
face.
morsel of that hair on your face.
I'm a hairy.
Because I want that goddamn hair that you have on your head and your ability to tan. Because you don't really burn that much.
No.
I've noticed that you don't really do that. Obviously, you notice that.
Not me.
But me, I get beet red and I can't be in the sun as much. Like I'm more sensitive to it. And I wish. Those are two things for me that I'm like, if I could just pluck those DNAs.
Let me pick two from you then. Let me pluck two DNAs from you.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I would like to.
Well, sure.
Your eye color, because anyone with green eyes is God's favorite. Let's be honest here. And they all be looking at you like this.
Hey, diva. Wait, okay, wait. This is such a random, complete side note. Have you seen that one girl on TikTok that does like the influencers in LA? And she's like, yeah, mama. Yeah, diva. Why is that the green eye? Yeah, mama. What do you think?
Eyes. Oh, yeah,
mama. Do you like my fucking eyes?
That's you.
What do you mean?
I'll take two. Thank you. Plus, you have a leg up in the world if you have colored eyes.
Honestly,
anyway,
I do feel like that's definitely a thing.
Anyone who's made it with brown eyes deserves one. Brown eyes are
beautiful.
Stunning. It's just the societal standard that a light colored eyes carry. And this fool over here has got the greenest eyes with yellow running course. I can't stand you. I'm gonna Kill Bill you and go
like this
and snatch them out.
And I'm like,
I will take. But see, the good Lord knew. He said we can't give it to her.
You can't, because I knew you're gonna act like a fool. You'd be Megan Fox.
I would literally be acting like Megan Fox too, drinking blood.
You would be acting a fucking
and sacrificing
fool.
Animals. I would. It would turn into something.
If you had blue eyes, Laura, it would be a wrap.
Carly Bible, the house.
Oh,
do you see the power Carly Bible has?
The power.
The eyes.
Because she's so goddamn fine. Laura, but you're so gorge.
Well, I appreciate that.
So like, we're good.
I would also take your eyebrows. Because we both know that I don't have any, and you have the fullest, thickest, richest Latin brows I've ever seen with green eyes.
It's my Latina.
One thing that sucks about both of us is our lashes. Yep.
That is something that we need to
manifest.
I don't know how the fuck we can do that.
Yeah, me neither.
Why is it and you know what it is? Why is it always the straight men who have fluffy, long, curly lashes?
It's because neither of us are straight men, so our eyelashes naturally suck ass.
And I suck ass too.
You sure do, all the time. All the time. You've sucked so much ass.
You know, we didn't have to go that far. I feel like that's a clip for the podcast channel.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good clip. That's a good clip.
But no, I always like notice that like the guys, like just like random straight guys, they're just like, oh yeah, like I just naturally have the guy that I like have a crush on right now, the guy I'm talking to, lashes for days.
Tyler.
Mind you, he's gay, but lashes for days. And I'm like,
it's sick. It's sick.
It's not fair.
They don't even use them.
You don't even appreciate your lashes.
It shouldn't be a thing.
Do you know those should be plucked and put onto me?
Just like your eyes onto me.
And your head onto
and my hair onto your head. Imagine you had this in the back. It would take me out. Like with your hair. With your hair.
I'd be like this. I really would.
You
know I would.
I know you would. I know you would.
Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, as a social media girly myself, I am a spiraler. I will go into a social media rabbit hole and I will stumble down this, like, if I have a headache, I think I literally am dying.
It's true.
It's crazy. And it's like, I'll go down an entire rabbit hole and I'm like, wait, is this literally what I have? But I'm like, wait, ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care you need to deliver the type of experience you actually want.
I love ZocDoc. I feel like everyone looks up reviews on restaurants and stores and clothing before they make a purchase, but the most important thing is your health. So ZocDoc, you have so many reviews on doctors and you're able to find a doctor within your insurance network and get an appointment.
ZocDoc, you guys, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, listen to, and prioritize your care. You guys, ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
Go to ZocDoc.com/full and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/full, ZocDoc.com/full. Thank you to Tushy for sponsoring this episode of Full Coverage. Drop the mop. Do you know what could really benefit from some spring cleaning, Manny?
What?
Your butthole.
I couldn't agree more. You guys, I am a humongous Tushy advocate. When they sent us our Tushies, I literally was like, Dad, set this up right now. And now I have a gorgeous booty hole at all times. I'm a bidet lover. You gonna know that. I'm obsessed.
We got ours hooked up as well. And I used a bidet for the first time in my whole entire life the other day. It was my Tushy bidet.
And did you love it?
Okay, this is my thing. I didn't want a tacky bidet, like a big clunker on the
100%,
toilet.
100%.
It's so subtle.
I know. It's cute.
And I loved it. I loved it.
When you only pat with a thing and it's dry and there's nothing there, I'm like, oh my God.
The thing is, once you get used to bidets, you always need one.
No, honestly, Laura, I'm having trouble. Like, even when I have to crap in public, I'm like, I don't have my Tushy.
You need your Tushy.
I need my Tushy. Hello Tushy bidet cleans your bum better than the wiping and prevents poo particles from spreading to your hands and everything you touch.
It attaches to your existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and cuts toilet paper use by 80%.
Every Hello Tushy bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and 12-month warranty.
With over 100,000 5-star reviews, see why millions of people already love their Hello Tushy and be a part of taking care of business in a cleaner way. Go to hellotushy.com/full and use promo code FULL to get 10% off plus free shipping on your first bidet order. That's hellotushy.com/full for 10% off. Okay, we got some hot rapid top.
Yeah, we do. That was really good. Yeah, mama. Yeah.
That's what that girl says on TikTok.
Yeah, mama. That's why I'm saying it because it's so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, mama.
Yeah, baby.
You want my discount code?
So we have some rapid fire topics is what Laura was going to say.
Mm-hmm. These are several tidbits of little things that are going on in the world. First, I think we'll start off with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, Matt Healy, are they dating?
So who is Matt Healy?
He's from the 1975.
Is he the lead singer?
I believe he's the lead singer.
And why do people not like him?
That is, I feel like a great question because I actually am not You know what the thing is though, I'm not as versed in like the music world, so I don't know as much about like when I'm seeing things going on about Taylor and Maddie, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing so much about them, right? All the comments are like, stay away from her. And
because he's gonna get a song written about him in a few
same way
months.
we're like Team Taylor.
Oh,
Like,
I was
you
more
need to
so
say-
thinking, does this guy know he's about to get wrecked when they break up? If it
was-
goes south,
Opposite, where it's like, oh my God, he doesn't deserve her vibe. So it's like, I
that's
think there's
so
things.
not cool.
I know, but it's not even just that though, about like, oh, the idea of deserving her. It's like because he's like done things that were inappropriate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, for me, to be honest, I don't really know a ton about that specifically
Journey?
about that journey, but I have seen where it's like Maddie Healy was at the concert, at her concert on the Eras tour. They were like seen driving together. Apparently like the reps are saying that like Taylor like has a crush on him and they're like kind of seeing each other and they're just having fun hanging out.
Okay.
That's not like super serious. That's just like, we're just hanging out, seeing the vibes.
It's a fling.
And I feel like, as Taylor's gotten older and older and older and older, she's probably seen like a lot of the things that she's done throughout her history. And she's like, you know what? I feel like she's probably like, we're just hanging out. We're going to keep it casual first. And then we're going to see if something builds from there.
We're going to keep it cute.
She probably is like.
It's not song worthy yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just kind of like, okay, well, you know what? This is just
Having fun.
a different journey. Just having fun with it.
Oh, I love that for her though.
Which is great. Do you know, like, I think that I had saw this like article that was saying that the Eras tour is like the tour of like the generation.
I believe that. I would also I am a big Taylor Swift fan, but I'm not the biggest Swiftie in the world. So
Totally.
part of me feels like I'm not in the loop with all the Swifties because
Same.
it runs so deep and it goes so hard. Like, and I know that and I respect that. And I have a lot of respect for Taylor for what she stood up for, what she stands up
The
for,
Kanye thing?
her career, Kanye trying to wreck her
Everything.
early on in
Early
her
on.
career. I mean, she's been through so much. Her music being stolen and bought from Scooter
God.
Braun.
Yep.
I mean, it's just been so much, and she stood up for herself and been such a great voice for women. So that's why I'm a Taylor Swift fan.
100%.
Like her music too. Her music's great.
Right.
But that's why I'm like, damn, do I need to buy tickets and just go to this thing?
That's how I feel too, Laura.
'Cause it's
I'm
like-
not kidding.
How can I miss this?
I'm not, and the thing is, like you were saying, I'm not really a Swiftie. I'm just a fan of Taylor as a human being.
Me too.
I'm not like a Swiftie where I'm like listening to every single song.
I know every word to the
I know like the
lyrics.
bangers, but I don't know like I'm not in it like that. But I
Yeah.
love Taylor. The thing is, like because I see so much about the Eras tour all over my TikTok, first of all, and they're like these videos are viral, and she's like slaying the tour. I'm like,
It's insane.
do I need to see it in person?
But it's 3.5 hours.
That's already spooky in itself.
Ooh, you guys know I have a policy.
2 hours and she's out, y'all. 2 hours is her max.
I do have a policy.
But the thing is, at least like you're not sitting the entire time.
That's
you're
true.
gonna be standing. You're gonna be doing
and
things.
concerts go by so fast.
Exactly.
Whenever I saw Harry Styles, it felt like he went on for 30 minutes.
And how long was it? The concert actually?
I think it was like an hour and a half.
but it felt like much
It
shorter.
felt like 30 minutes.
Even like when we're at Coachella, like sometimes
yeah.
it goes by so quick that I'm like, are they already done? Like
it's a blip.
it's a blip. So I feel like
So-
that's how it would be. Like you wouldn't think that it's 3.5 hours of a
My
concert.
only issue with going to this concert for Miss Taylor is like, how much am I going to spend to get like not the worst seat in the house?
I think
Yeah. See there.
it's like spending money on like the Beyonce tickets. Like
we're going to be like
Bianca.
$5,000-$6,000
Yeah.
out of pocket
Yeah.
to get even remotely close. For Harry Styles, for me and Aaron, I paid like $2,500 and
Per?
no,
Total.
for both, and the seats were horrific.
No.
Yes.
That's so much money for 2 tickets.
Oh, right.
What the fuck?
The seats were so bad, and I was literally so sad because I thought I bought good seats.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't know till you get in the
Of course,
arena.
right.
And they were facing kind of behind him. Yeah. Wah, wah.
I hear that like when it comes to like the tickets of things, a lot of the times it's like based off of like the prices are based off of like demand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like when the prices are going up, it's because there's a lot of demand for it. And that's like how Ticketmaster like kind of works.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have problems with Ticketmaster because it's like, are you literally not, you're charging based off of like demand, not from a set price of what a concert should be.
That's so sad.
Which is like, feels very like slightly corrupt to me.
I want to know, someone comment down below because I just have to know, how much do you think these girls are paying for floor tickets?
Right, for Eras Tour, tell us.
Eras Tour
if you
floor.
win, how much did you pay for tour?
For the tickets. And then we can, okay, so our next topic, Robert De Niro. This one's short and sweet, but
gagged me.
gaggy.
This seems so unreal to me.
No, I'm not doing it.
This seems unreal.
I'm not doing it.
7th baby at 79.
This man is over 80 years old having a new baby. A seventh baby. It's not like his first child.
A seventh baby
at 80. Now Robert.
What on God's green earth?
That's what I need to know.
I'm so confused as why you would, what, like, but do you think, okay, question, because I know, like, as you get older as a man, that the sperm count does drop a lot when it comes to, like, the amount of swimmers that are actually in the spunk, right? In the mayo, if you will. So maybe he didn't think that he could get people pregnant.
No, not buying that one. Mm-mm.
Or do you think he's like, I'm just going to seed her and plant my seed, and there will be a fruition?
If I had to guess, I would guess that one right there. I feel like whenever people have so much money too, they do things like that because it doesn't
weird.
Matter. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter
but, like,
when you have
bringing a kid in the world is a huge deal.
It is.
So it's like, but to them it's like, oh well, like, you know, I have money.
Exactly, because like they can hire help.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter as much.
Well, how long is he going to be here to be the dad of the kid?
Yeah.
That's like
and
what
it's
I feel
like
like
you already had, like, that's your seventh. So it's not like you didn't have a chance at fatherhood. You know what I mean?
It's like Nick Cannon.
It's giving Nick Cannon.
That's
gonna be Nick at 80.
He's gonna have a football team by that time.
That's true.
Nick Cannon will have a football team by the time he's 80 years old.
That's very true.
Because he keeps going, and I feel like he's like joking about it now. He's like, oh, you know,
he is.
But I'm like, I'm very intrigued by it.
I want to know what the child support bill is.
Wait, do you know what I heard? Like this one thing that it was like this, like one of those like dark web like conspiracies that Nick Cannon keeps having these kids so that he can get their umbilical cord and like their stem cells and like use it for a.
Because doesn't he have?
He has a
an autoimmune disorder.
Yes, and like using it to treat them. That's why he keeps having kids to take their thingy.
Stem cells. I mean, I don't know.
It's like I mean, who knows? Like I just saw like that was like a conspiracy that was going on. Like that he's like. That's why he keeps like having kids to keep taking stem cells.
Interesting.
Very fascinating. I'm very, very interested in that.
The dark web might be on to something.
They could be. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that he's having kids just to take their thing, or does he like want to have 13 children?
I don't know who wants 13 children. Actually, do you remember that show with the Duggards?
Is that like that?
They had like 20 kids or some shit. See, that's stuff I can't. I'm just like,
I'm not behind that.
I'm
so sorry.
There's no world you can give 20 children affection and love.
How are you gonna? With what time? That they're a full-time job.
Yeah.
How are you gonna work like a regular job too, and then have 20 children?
There's no world.
Oh my God! Like even thinking about it right now, like I'm thinking like Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah.
Like, watching that and like how like some kids felt like they were like kind of more outcasted and like they have to do their things themselves. That's right. And it becomes like the actual kids become like the parent and they take care of the other ones. And it's like,
I don't think that's right necessarily either.
Like a weird village to me. Like it doesn't seem like parents and children. It seems like multiple parents.
We're also so overpopulated as a planet. We are. And that has to come in when one person has 20 children, you know? Yeah.
That's 20 sets of diapers.
Woo! And then those children are probably going to do the same thing and each have a lot of children. Let's say that's not good.
Because what if they grew up and they're like, this is whack. This is too much.
I'm sure some of them will. You
know, the middle kids are like, you know, kid number 10 was like, hey, no, remember me.
Oh my God.
You know, that middle child was like,
no, not just 10 in that family. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and 17 were probably like, you're not going to remember me.
You're not going to remember me. From
the beginning and the end,
to 17.
Yeah.
Where are we?
It's a wreck.
It's what's going on.
So,
that's weird. I just think the fact that he's 79 and having his 7th baby is a little like strange to me.
It's strange.
It's strange.
It's strange.
I don't get it. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You guys, the thing is, how much time do you spend a week on yourself? Honestly, like when you think about it, how much time is given to you and not given to other people? And it's like, you have to really find this tuned in balance of giving to others and giving to yourself. And I feel like that's what BetterHelp does. It's so easy to get caught up with like everyone else and what they need from you. But what about what you need for yourself?
I like that. That's such a good question. Guys, there are so many different benefits from going to therapy therapy. It's helpful. It's learning positive. It gives you coping skills. It teaches you how to set boundaries. It empowers you. There's so much to do with it. And with BetterHelp, it makes therapy so accessible to you guys.
What I really like about BetterHelp in general, and like what I love about therapy, because I've been in therapy multiple times in my life, is that I feel like it can give you those tools to find balance in your life. And that's exactly kind of what we need to do, because how are you going to support others if you can't support yourself?
Agreed with that. So if you guys are thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out the brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/full coverage today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/full coverage. Whether you're searching for the latest sneaker drop, the iconic handbag, a timeless watch, or your next piece of classic jewelry, eBay authenticators are there to verify every detail of your purchase. Yep, we're talking every inch, stitch, tick, facet, and clasp that make the piece you're searching for worthy of your collection. eBay's authenticators are experts in their crafts, true connoisseurs, and as leaders in their fields, they're making sure your item always arrives as authentic as your style. So go ahead, get your piece you've always wanted, and leave it up to the meticulous eyes of the eBay authenticator to make sure that watch movement is original, the glimmer is real gold, and the rare sneaker is legit, or that handbag is really made of genuine leather, and never get faked over again. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Tory Lanez.
He was denied a new trial.
His attorneys asked him for a new trial.
Yeah, I asked like the judges. So basically like Tory is set to face 22 years in prison because of what happened with Megan Thee Stallion.
And shooting her in the foot.
So they asked to do another trial and was like, oh, can we do another trial, redo? And they denied the next trial. And apparently he was like, please, like, don't ruin my life. I could be your son and I can be your father or brother.
I could be your brother. I could be your son. Like, yes, don't ruin my life.
And it's like,
when you choose to shoot a woman in the foot over a disagreement when that bullet could have went anywhere and impaled her and could potentially killed her.
Yeah, there's no, like, I don't think my brothers are going to do that. My sons.
So he is facing potentially up to 20 years in prison for this.
Honestly, I'm glad that he was denied.
I am too, because
it's just ridiculous.
And like what Megan went through coming out with this.
And publicly.
Like
publicly, the amount of ridicule that Megan had to deal with when it came to this situation. Like rappers literally like including her in lyrics making fun of her.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, that she's a liar.
Yeah.
Like, like the way the world treated Megan was so horrific.
You can make up being shot in the foot.
There was literal footage of her hopping out of the car, limping because she was shot.
That's so crazy.
So
to me.
what in what fucking world do we think that this didn't happen?
Yeah.
Truly. And it's like, I don't give a fuck if like the male rapper music industry is trying to make you think that Megan is lying.
They're trying to gaslight her.
No, trying to gaslight the public.
Yeah.
Because like, they're not gaslighting her. She's like, baby,
she was shot.
I know I was shot. Like, there's no gaslighting. They're trying to gaslight the public to be like, oh, Megan is just such a liar. She's so crazy.
Well.
And of course, it's like.
You ain't gaslighting the court system, babes.
They said, There's proof in the pudding.
There's proof in the pudding. Don't shoot people in the foot.
And then you won't go to prison for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And I think
that's horrific.
Doesn't Tory also have like kind of like a history of like being violent?
Absolutely.
So it's
I think that's what's the really big deal here. Because if you have a clean slate, whenever you get in trouble, they do hold that against you. They're a little more lenient. However, if you don't, that is also held against you, you know?
Right.
What's your track record here? So,
and if you have a bad track record, chances are they're like, you know what? You might have done it.
Probably going to do it again too. Meaning, you know,
if you have a track record of violence
in the past, and then it means you probably did do this, and you probably will do it again. So that's whenever things
I think it's time for a little lockup.
Yeah, consequences.
Consequences.
There
are
are consequences to your actions.
100%.
And shooting a woman in the foot, there are consequences.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, so I'm very glad that.
Imagine if he killed her.
God, even the idea of that is like so crazy.
Right.
Like just like the thought, like that's crazy, but it's true. Like that could have happened. There could have been a complete accident. There could have been a ricochet of something. Something could have happened.
Absolutely.
And it could have been 10 times worse.
100%.
So, and the fact that like I don't know, like during the whole situation, like I remember just thinking like, this is so horrific. Like how could everyone be against Megan in this situation when like there was literally video of her like hobbling out of it? Like, you think she's gonna go like this?
You think that, and like, why would she want to take him down like that if he didn't do it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the motive?
What's the motive? What's the vendetta?
Right.
So I'm happy that he was denied, and I hope that he gets whatever comes to him in the fullest extent of the law. That's what I want. For sure. Justice.
Hasbulla. Y'all, Hasbulla done did it.
My man got arrested.
He got arrested.
Okay, so I am screaming because the video footage of Hasbulla and his friends doing donuts in the middle of the street. Doing donuts in the middle of the street. He had him and his friends ended up getting arrested because it's like for literal traffic violation.
What country is he from? Tyler,
we need you. We need a full check.
I need to look it up.
Full check. Hasbulla, I'm actually not sure, and I'm actually not even sure what country he got it. But apparently, it's like, it said that Hasbulla kind of like runs that city in a way.
It says Russian. He's Russian.
Okay.
So yeah, it was saying basically the city that he's from. He's so famous in that city that he runs the city, and he kind of gets to do.
And he does it all the time.
He has a privilege there, if you will. He has a privilege above the majority, because of his fame online. And so he kind of gets to do whatever he wants. So apparently he always does donuts and drives crazy and does this shit all the time. He doesn't get in trouble. But this time,
the cops are like, you know what? We're going to get you.
We're done with ya.
And so they arrested him.
Well,
my little baby.
Yeah, he's gone to jail.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's not going to last very long.
I'm sure he'll be there for 5 minutes.
Literally. So I thought that was like such a funny story in general, that he was literally doing donuts in the middle of the road
and got
arrested with his friends.
Yep.
But also like that's so dangerous and like not okay to be doing either.
Absolutely. Like, well, it's just like, to me, it's like if the public doesn't get to do that, you don't get to do that either.
Yeah. And even with me, whenever I watch like, you know, like if I'm like driving in a normal capacity and I see like cops doing things that like people shouldn't be doing, like the normal average person, and they don't have like their blinkers, not blinkers, but they're like, and I'm like, why do they get to do that too?
Oh, I agree.
Like,
100%.
I think about that stuff all the time. I'm like, well, if everyone isn't allowed to do it, then why are you
allowed to do it?
Like,
I agree 100%.
Because like what? Because you are the law and the land? Like that's not okay.
No, not okay.
Like you're not allowed to do. If we can't do those things, you shouldn't be allowed to do those things.
Exactly. You're not above the law
You're not above the law. Just because you are like considered quote unquote the law, you're not above the law.
You're not above it. So
that shit is annoying to me. Like I see that shit all the time and I'm like, oh my God, okay.
I agree.
So I just try to avoid. I'm like, you know what? I just try to avoid it.
Yeah.
Y'all do your thing, but hopefully he gets out of prison soon because I love Hasbulla. He's so fucking funny to me. The videos of him hitting his friends because they like lift him up when like he doesn't want to be lifted up. There was this one video I saw that was cracking me up. It was like he was sitting next to his friend and like in the center console, and the friend grabs him and they're driving and pretends to throw him outside the window.
Oh
and just
my
grabs
God!
And puts Hasbulla's whole body outside the window like this, dangling him, and brings him back in.
He's not gonna make it very far.
I don't feel
like I cannot even imagine being a human being like that small and being like just tossed around.
And like literally everyone just like is like just treating you like a fucking doll.
No, I couldn't do it.
Like it's at least he's taking it to his advantage. He's so funny. He's so popular, and he like is hilarious. But there's been moments where he like literally like his friends fuck with him and he like smacks shit of him. But I feel like it's the smacking is just like a funny thing because he's not really causing a lot of damage.
Go ahead and say it, Manny. It doesn't hurt.
Oh my God, why does it remind me of those viral videos that are like someone jumping into a water thing? It's like,
and they stitch it.
So no, I thought it was insane that they were doing that in the middle of the road. I'm like, you guys shouldn't be doing that in the first place. So there's that.
Consequences for your actions. Okay, Donald Trump is officially been sued in a civil case for essay and defamation. And trial, and this just broke today. Actually.
Like literally like an hour ago.
Yeah, he had an essay and he has to pay $5 million, correct?
$5 million.
And this is a civil case, and this is the first time a past president has been sued in a civil case for essay and defamation.
And they won.
And they won.
And
they
Donald
won the
lost.
case, meaning guilty as charged.
What's funny? Like I was confused about it because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, he's going to prison. Like thinking that was what like a case meant. But you and Tyler were explaining to me that like there's like civil cases and there's more like federal cases and there's like different kinds of cases that go on. And I was very like, you gagged me
Yep.
a bit for sure, because I was confused. Like I just didn't know that there was multiple kinds of that civil was more having to do with money.
Yeah.
And more like you probably did it.
Yeah.
Whereas federal was like consequences, deep consequences.
It's like Tory Lanez. It's
jail.
like Hasbulla. Like
it's more like you did it.
Yeah.
Like it's a matter of fact.
And civil is more like paperwork and money, checks, cash.
It's checks and cash.
Yeah.
The fact that Donald is the first president to be in this situation, why am I not surprised?
I was saying,
I'm sure there's other presidents have been like crazy for sure.
100%.
But the fact that he's the one that's like publicly the first president to be.
Donald Trump has been caught up in honestly so much.
It gags me every time.
It's just never ending is what it seems.
It's the story that keeps on giving.
It is. It's
crazy to me.
It's crazy. It's just ludicrous.
And for people to do what I find actually even more crazy. What I find more crazy than Donald Trump itself is people that continuously support him through all the bad things he's done.
I think sometimes, and I'm not trying to speak for everyone who supports Donald Trump, but as from someone who's looking at the picture from the outside in, I think sometimes in order to go back and not support him, you'd have to admit you're wrong. You'd have to be like,
do that.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't want to admit that they were wrong in a situation.
Yeah.
And that
they just continue the support, so you don't have to be like, well, I was wrong about this guy.
I think a lot of times also like for example, because he was the Republican candidate, and so Republicans are like, oh well, I'm Republican, so I'm just going to stand with Republican person. Yeah. So they'll almost like defend him and say things for him and just like support him because it's like, oh well, he's Republican.
But if you are Republican, you don't have to support
the Republican Party.
And if you're Democratic, you don't have to support the Democratic Party.
Exactly. You gotta we really all have to be very active thinkers when it comes to politics. In this day and age, we have to think, you guys, we really have to be smart and know what we're voting for, who we're voting for, who we're giving a vote to, because voting really does matter. And so it's very, very important for us. Like, for example, if there was a candidate that was in the Dem department or category and their views just didn't line with what I was doing, I wouldn't vote for them.
Me either.
So what's important
Absolutely
is like it's for me too. Like I need to feel like my vote's going somewhere that it matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why couldn't Bernie make it to the end? This just broke that he ended up losing the trial, owes $5 million. Gagged but not gagged. Gagged but not gagged. 100%.
Okay, and our last topic for today is Chris Brown versus Usher. And let me tell you something. You don't touch Usher, okay? You don't. That's someone else I want to see his show in Vegas. Real bad, okay?
Laura's an Usher stan.
I'm a hardcore Usher stan. I love Usher. He's fine as fuck. That has nothing to do with this.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe. I love Usher.
Yep.
I grew up
Usher.
listening to all of his music, still listen to it, and you can let it burn. You can let it burn.
Laura is an Usher stan.
I am.
But honestly, I agree. I actually really, really like Usher as well. And so someone like Chris Brown, who has a literal history of violence.
First of all, I don't know how after Chris Brown did what he did to Rihanna, how he has anything at all ever. Honestly, it must be his male audience. I
truly don't know.
Because I hope the girlies aren't behind him. What went on between Chris Brown and Usher that we know?
So apparently there was a battle, and there was like an argument, and Usher was trying to. This is what like the hearsay is. Obviously, it's all alleged. The hearsay. Apparently, Usher was trying to get Chris Brown to like back off of someone he was like talking to or like chatting with, trying to chop it up with someone, and. Chris like left and like Usher had followed him and he came back with a bloody nose. So apparently they had gotten to like this physical altercation.
Oh my God.
And Chris maybe punched him or something happened. So then literally a day later, there's a video footage of Chris Brown getting into this like huge ass argument where he's like going at another guy and all of his like the guys are like behind him being like, no, like stop. And he's like, I'm good. And he's arguing with this guy and he's like going to attack him. So 2 days.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
Literally
me?
the day after.
Like, this is a joke. After.
It's like, what is literally going on? And it's like, if you have this kind of like history or like this kind of like
consistent behavior
of violence, like I think we're gonna need a more spotlight on it. Or we're gonna need some therapy. We're gonna need a lot of things here when it comes to just violence in general. Like, there's just no excuse for it.
I just think it's awful.
There's no excuse.
do.
Like, you cannot do that.
And I'm honestly tired of hearing Chris Brown's name. And I know that sounds so stupid to even say, but I just am. Like, I'm so sick of him.
Like, just because he has good music doesn't mean...
A lot of people have good music.
Exactly. It does not mean that you can excuse like the horrific behavior he's had in the past. And it's like, a lot of times when people show their ass, like, you should believe them.
Yep.
It's like the idea of like...
And he has shown us time after time.
And this is just another thing. And I'm like, I can't believe that Chris Brown still has the career that he has with the known violence he's committed.
It seems like he's done so much and has so many erratic, like crazy behavioral instances that people just kind of accept it for what it is because the consistent bad behavior. You know what I mean? Like, it's whenever people act out so much, they don't get canceled because they're known for that behavior. So people aren't shocked anymore. It's just like part of who they are, but they hold everybody else to that standard because they don't constantly act like an asshole. And I think it's so not fair.
It's not fair at all.
There
a lot of people are like that.
A lot of celebrities like that and a lot of influencers like that.
That are just known. I'll be like, oh, well, they're just shitty, so it is what it is.
So they get to do and like, say whatever, but you hold everybody else to the standard because they don't act like that. And that doesn't actually make any sense at all.
Makes no sense. And the fact that for people to continuously support creators and celebrities who have shown their ass multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, that's just them being them.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Why are you supporting them then? Or why are you why are you allowing the narrative to continue? Like, why are you giving them a spotlight to continue to shine on them?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confused.
It's just so crazy to me.
Let them die off into oblivion.
Wow, that was a lot of interesting news.
I know.
That was a lot of interesting little
tidbits. There's a lot of tidbits.
There's a lot of tidbits that are happening, but that's it for our
That's it for the rapid fire. That was the whole rapid fire. And that was lovely.
That was lovely.
That was lovely.
Be sure and check out Manny's launch on lunarbeauty.com.
And Laura's as well. We'll link, actually, we're going to link both sites. We're going to link Lunar and we're going to link Minim.
Down below.
Check them out.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and rate if you are listening.
Yes, you guys, don't forget to subscribe. We love you guys. And if you guys enjoy this podcast, subscribe to the channel. And leave us a comment if you guys, what you guys think about this. Obviously, this is just like our opinion from our perspective, what we're seeing. If you guys have other opinions on it, what you guys have seen, what you guys have heard, what you guys experienced, please leave them below because we are always trying to continuously stay informed and do the best that we can when it comes to anything.
We love you guys and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys.